Hi, and good Thursday to you. So glad to have you being with us, and so glad to have a fall-like forecast. I mean, no complaints, no issues, just beautiful weather in store for several days. Another cold front coming through tomorrow that's still going to knock temperatures down to the maybe upper 60s, but I think we'll hold on to the 70-degree mark for your Saturday. Nighttime lows still going into the lower 40s, I believe, on a couple of nights, at least on your Saturday night. And a few tweaks, of course, to be made to your forecast. On today's date in our weather history, I believe it was on this date back in 1993, it was a stormy story. A lot of severe thunderstorms and winds. I know Breathitt, Perry, Harlan, a lot of other eastern Kentucky counties experiencing those. Not so much here in the viewing area, but definitely for a lot of folks, it was a completely different story on today's date in 1993. But beautiful weather lies ahead. Beautiful football weather lies ahead, and I'll tell you about that in much more detail in just a few moments. We'll spend a few minutes tonight talking about test scores for Johnson and Magafa County school districts is what we'll look at this evening. I could spend hours and hours going over all of the scores and making analysis and comparisons, but we'll limit it to just a few minutes this evening. We'll also speak with one of our school superintendents in the area, hear from Magafa County, and find out about how Magafa County schools did. Of course, an annual event that I somewhat dread because there's a lot of work that goes into getting this story right and a lot of numbers to go over. But of course, one of the most important stories that we could cover, and we will in just a few moments. Our other top story tonight will be that of two college football players who may be in jeopardy of losing their full ride scholarships after an arrest last night, drug-related, here in Magafa County. I'll break that to you in just a few moments. Then we'll have a lot of other news and information to go into. A few house cleaning items, we'll say, so to speak. I have literally played phone tag with who I believe is Teresa Scott all weekend. At last report, she's it, as of earlier this afternoon or this morning. She called earlier this week about a meeting which is taking place tomorrow at the Sayersville Fire Department, and I thought it warranted doing an interview with her or someone trying to get some more information and encouraging everyone to be a part. We just simply been unable to get together all week long. But here's what I can tell you. The American Red Cross is going to be meeting tomorrow evening at the Sayersville Fire Department. They're using that location for their meeting to discuss new volunteer sign-ups and registration and training. They're looking to establish some more volunteer teams here in the area, and they will be at the Sayersville Fire Department. Now, if I'm not mistaken, they're going to be there throughout much of the day and afternoon. I have got from 12 to 8, if I'm not mistaken. So I think you can stop by at any time. My really best advice is, because Fire Chief Paul Howard himself had just offered up the venue and didn't have any details on the meeting himself. So I can give you a phone number to call, 424-6878, if you'd like to find out more. Of course, we'll drop by tomorrow if time allows, and I certainly hope it will, and find out more. But if you would like to find out about becoming a volunteer in this respect and getting the training and certification that you need and signing up to be a member of the American Red Cross response team or teams, you can come by the Sayersville Fire Department tomorrow, and I believe, once again, beginning at noon. The end time, I'm not so certain, and I hate not being certain. You know I like to have everything complete and finalized, but it's just been one of those weeks where we could not get in contact with each other, leaving messages for each other all week long. But very important, and we'll certainly, as well as you, I hope, find out more on tomorrow. A couple of other things of housekeeping, so to speak. The Harold Whitaker Middle School will be hosting Parent-Teacher Night this coming Monday night, 5:30 till 8, and that's the middle school, 5:30 till 8. Sayersville Grade School, I am told, will be having open house Monday as well from 5 to 8, and they'll be having a soup bean dinner as well. So parents and teachers and students, we hope to all meet at those schools. They're the only ones we have been made aware of for open house for Monday night. The Sayersville Masonic Lodge, by the way, has set forth their fishing tournament in lieu of hoping to raise funds for the Coats for Kids program. It's not until Saturday, October the 21st, but they will be blasting off, and I'm not even sure where at this point, at 7 o'clock that morning. I'll find out more. The big thing is I wanted to get the date out there to you. $500 first place prize, some big fish prizes, and some other big cash prizes as well. But October the 21st, I know just the person to call and find out more and about where it's going to be. We also had, speaking of being places, a camera at this afternoon's Magafa County Fiscal Court meeting, and I'll have that. That will be one of our reports for tomorrow's show. With that said, when we come back after this, we're going to analyze as much as possible test scores for Magoffin and Johnson County and Paintsville Independent Schools as well. Stay tuned. Much more than diesel specialist, Black Smoke Performance is turning out excellent auto body collision paint and repair results with free quotes and estimates on everything from insurance jobs to that ding you got in the driveway, custom lift kits, bed liners, winches, and accessories, and full diagnostics and repair on anything gas or diesel, from brakes to fluid changes to major auto repair. If you want it fixed, lifted, painted, customized, or just maintained, just call on the team at Black Smoke Performance in Dixie of Sayersville, 100 May Drive, or 349-8785. What you're looking at is literally a one female owner 99 Dodge Ram with 77,000 miles. Zero rust, rips, tears, or wear anywhere. Think of the money you can save driving a like-new truck, not to mention the savings in taxes and insurance. You won't find another one like it. Or come see this 2013 2500 Silverado HD loaded, only 90,000 miles. This 2014 Grand Caravan, it's an RT model, 72,000 carefully driven miles. Or this 2007 Kia Sorento, 90,000 miles. It's a four-wheel drive and priced to go today at Broadway Auto Sales in Paintsville. Parkway Pharmacy, now open earlier from 8 a.m. until 6 in the evening to better suit your schedule and lifestyle, and to help you get better and live a healthier life. And if allergies are bogging you down, they're armed with the very best in over-the-counter relief for adults and your children. Reach owner pharmacist Jesse Rudd and his assistant pharmacist Megan Castle and their staff at 8 o'clock in the mornings or at 349-4400. A tire more than 25% low, about 8 pounds, makes you 3 times more likely, and worn-out tires 11 times more likely to be in a tire-related crash. Don't take your or their safety for granted. Come in for a free inspection, 6 months no-interest financing, the best price and best selection at Conley Tire in Staffordsville. Whoever you're rooting for this weekend, the Cats or Cards or Bengals or Reds, Hornets, Eagles or Tigers, cheer them all on with great football food from your Sayersville Lee's famous recipe. Stop by and pick up a bunch of our famous hot and spicy wings, or maybe our new fish dinner. And you'll never go wrong with a little bit of everything. Cheese sticks, jalapeno poppers, fried pickles, hot and spicy, and buffalo wings, double dippers, and more. It's football time at your Sayersville Lee's. The only difference in these washers and mowers from new is the incredible low price, and the same goes for tools, electronics, jewelry, games, and more at Parkway Gun and Pawn, where they buy and sell gold and silver and loan cash every day on just about anything worth $1. Stop by on Parkway Drive or call 349-PAWN.
There's no better time than now to get the Android smartphone of your choice from Appalachian Wireless. All Androids up to $50 off regular price all this month. The Samsung GS8 was $149.99, now just $99.99. The LG G6, normally $99.99, is now only $49.99. And believe it or not, you can get the Galaxy S7 for only $1 with 2-year agreement while supplies last. Better service, bigger savings. That's today's Appalachian Wireless, an East Kentucky network company.
Fall and its colors have burst onto the scene at the seasonal shop in downtown Sayersville. Kids' mud pie styles and designs have just arrived, with even more on the way. Little Fashions, excellent for fall, Halloween, and Thanksgiving. And of course, they've got the sweetest of accessories. And ladies' fashions are here, and there's more coming in daily. Amazing sweaters and Carter coats, this fall's must-have item. Dresses, boots, and more on the way. There's just nothing like what you'll find at the seasonal shop in downtown Sayersville, just down from Fraser's Prater Drugstore and the Radio Shack. While it's a report that I cover every year, this year is not like the past several, because the state is in the middle of transitioning from the old assessment system when it comes to test scores to the federal Every Student Succeeds Act, ESSA, which means there's no exact comparison to be made from last year. And right now it's too early to have numbers to even compare school to school, as we look at a new ranking system that Superintendent of Schools Scott Helton says is more like a star-rated system or ranking system than what we have seen in the past in regards to schools being deemed proficient or distinguished?
As far as the ranking systems, it's going to change. They're no longer going to be schools be ranked as a percentage on like 100 scale, plus percentage point scale. They're going to go to a star rating system, and it'll be a different format, different look, and the way the data is presented. But it'll be 5-star ranking system with 5 stars being the highest, and 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now, the goal of the new assessment system is to more or less look at all of the gaps and areas that you're having situation problems or improvement needed in to show some growth. And it's all about growing our students. And really and truly what I like about where we're headed with this is it's more focused on individual students' needs, improving those students, not just to say that they're proficient or distinguished, but we're now focusing more on the needs of the child. What areas do they need to improve on? And hopefully as we set up a plan and work through with the teachers planning and knowing what the child's ability level is, and it's called is to work them through and to go through and I shouldn't say ability, but the performance level where they're performing at, because they can do a lot of things more than we think they can. So we want to work with those individual children to make sure they're meeting the goals that they need to set for themselves, and it's what we set for them. So when it comes to ranking our children, it becomes a little more difficult this year than what it was last year, because you had that percentage to go by.
And with all of that in mind, Helton says they don't have a system right now to be able to compare one school to another. And we could take hours talking about all the numbers from all the schools in all of our coverage area. But you can go to education.ky.gov and select the school district and the individual school if you'd like to investigate and see the numbers further. But for today's purpose, we'll take a look at how Magoffin County schools did make some big gains in some areas, some modest gains in some others, and in a couple of areas where they show that there is more improvement needed. A few highlights of the numbers you see here. Each school in Magoffin County listed to the left of your screen, with 2 columns under each of the 3 categories of testing: reading, social studies, and math. The left column in each of those is the novice category, which you want a lower number in, while the number to the right in each respected subject is the number where you want a higher number. That's the number or percentage of students either proficient or considered distinguished as well. South Magoffin Elementary, you can see, boasted about a 56% student rate in regards to being proficient in reading. In social studies, almost 66%. In math, that number down to 52%. For the Syersville Grade School, nearly 60% in reading proficient or distinguished, and nearly 70% in math, I believe, as Helton refers to in the interview. At North Magoffin Elementary, 60% proficient or distinguished in reading, 56% in social studies, nearly 61% in math. In the middle school, 52, a little more than 52 proficient in reading and both social studies, and a 42% in math, one of the areas that they are going to target as a result of test scores. And at the Magoffin County High School, while they did show some gains, 44% roughly in reading, 50% in social studies, and 23.9% in math. A quick look at Johnson County Elementary Schools shows a few real bright spots that we need to point out. Going towards the bottom of your list, if you look at Porter Elementary, they posted some big numbers, nearly 72% proficient or distinguished in reading, nearly 83% in social studies, and check out W.R. Castle at 80.2% in reading, 0% in the novice category, but nearly 94% distinguished or proficient, and 70% in math. The top 2 lines on this page, Johnson Central Middle and Johnson Central High School. There were no numbers posted in the social studies category for Johnson Central High School, but there you see the middle school at nearly 65% in reading, nearly 70% in social studies, and 58% in math. And the high school, 52% in reading, and down to a 23% in math proficient or distinguished students. Paintsville Independent Schools in the elementary category, up into the 70s for both reading and math, 66% in social studies. Middle school students in the Paintsville Independent District, 60% in reading, 43% in social studies, 55% in math. At the Paintsville High School, 68.9% in reading, social studies 56.6%. And Math 2 for the Paintsville High School, as with Montgomery County High School and Johnson Central High School, into the 20th percentile, a target area, I'm sure, for all school districts after scores have been released. But on the opposite side of that, back in Montgomery County, one of the places that showed the biggest gains was elementary math, a double-digit gain that Hilton attributes to having teachers align their curriculum and have better communication.
Last year, we spent part of the year aligning our curriculum and having our teachers come together and working not just with one particular grade level, but two grade levels together to see where that gap might be when that child comes from third grade to fourth grade. We're looking at our curriculum. What are we teaching? What should we be teaching? And we did a better job of bringing these teachers together and our administrators coming together and aligning a curriculum that was easy and accessible to all of the teachers, and they could go back and say, okay, if my child's in the fifth grade, the student, and he's coming out of the fifth grade, what should he know for the sixth grade? Well, it's important for that fifth grade teacher to know what to prepare that child for the sixth grade versus the sixth grade needs to know what the seventh grade needs to know. So we did a job last year, and we brought KD aboard and our staff and our administrators and our principals and teachers, and we had meetings throughout the year that we allowed them to come together and align our curriculum to try to make it easier to know what was going to be assessed and what needed to be taught. Some areas were still a little bit below the state level, but we're making gains in all areas. We had one area, a couple areas of concern, and one of them was language mechanics. But we've addressed that this year. We've hired some staff, and at the middle school was one area. We've addressed that with some of the positions that we feel this year. He has an extra language arts person in place. We were fortunate enough to have some of this data back before we finalized the hiring, and it let us know that this is some area that we need to be working towards. So Mr. Yates and his site-based council chose to go that route. So they're going to be working on on-demand writing and language mechanics a little more in depth at the middle school. But overall, our high school graduation rate, we're at 94.6. I will give you that number. We're doing good there. We need to continue to grow and continue to improve. But when you look at our overall scores and comparing to last year's scores to the previous year's scores, we rose and we made gains in almost all areas. And I would like to be able to give you a number, say we ranked here or we're a proficient or distinguished district, but we were proficient the previous year, and our scores are better than what they were that year, so we know we're doing some good work. Am I satisfied? No. I'm happy, but we need to continue to strive to do better. And our teachers and our parents, I give them credit for trying to work with us during this a difficult time when its finances are difficult and spending is a big concern, a big issue. But we're trying to focus our dollars on at the school level, and we're seeing results come from that.
And while the Montgomery County School District saw, as you heard Hilton refer to, an increase again this year in their graduation rate, overall the percentage of Kentucky public school students graduating from high school increased as well. More students took rigorous AP or advanced placement tests and earned a qualifying score of 3 or higher on them, and students scored higher with a greater percentage of them meeting readiness benchmarks on the ACT. ACT scores, which are based on all public school juniors taking the test last spring, increased across the board in English, mathematics, reading, and science. The overall composite score also went up, as it has over the past 5 years. 19.2 back in 2012 to 19.8 this time around. This time around, I'll be right back after these messages. Stay tuned.
Lovely. When hiring an attorney, experience does matter. For over 20 years, I've been representing clients throughout Eastern Kentucky. We are a full-service law firm, representing clients who've been injured in car accidents or at work, representing clients who need to file bankruptcy, representing clients who've been charged with a crime. For all your legal needs, contact my office when it matters. We have 2 locations for your convenience. In Sayersville at 349-4522 and West Liberty at 743-1965.
Go green, save some green on this propane-powered 11-passenger Ford Econoline. And check out the under 5K specials right now. This 2011 Malibu remote start loaded, very affordably priced at $49.95. This 010 S10 low miles, low to the ground, $49.95. This 07 Saturn Relay hauls a crowd, $49.95. Call today for quick pre-credit approval, $0 down, low income approval, and most payments under $200 a month at Gateway Motors in Sayersville, 349 cars. Wanting you to have a healthier life means providing access to quality, affordable health care. And to do exactly that, Hope Family Medical Center offers full dental care with Dr. Pratt and his team, a pediatrician team of 3 doctors and nurses and moms, complete health care by family physician Dr. Kelly Pratt and nurse practitioners Mildred Sizemore, Gail Faria, Shannon Conley, and Heather Blair. Behavioral health services with Kimberly Davis, with in-house lab testing and results, in-house x-ray and pharmacy, and all the caring, knowledge, and experience that these medical professionals represent
at Hope Family Medical Center.
We are all human. Because we're not perfect, we tend to make mistakes. Unfortunately, some mistakes are severe and carry more consequences than others. If you have been hurt in a car wreck, a truck wreck, or because of someone's mistake, reckless or careless behavior, you deserve help with your medical expenses, lost wages, and serious permanent pain and injuries that you have been made to suffer and will continue to suffer for the rest of your life. If you have been injured, I can help. I'm attorney Don Wayne McFarland. Call me and let me go to work for you. 349-9000.
Hey everybody, this big love bug is Jaeger, and Jaeger loves hugs, and he's looking for a forever home. Jaeger is about a year old and about 75 pounds of sweetness. So drop by to see Jaeger or any of our friends at the Johnson County Animal Shelter, or to maybe donate a little food, some supplies, or a little time. Whiskers or Wags, the Johnson County Animal Shelter, 297 Pets.
Oh, the sun shines bright on my old Kentucky home.
The sun bathes us in the power of its warm glow and brightens our world. Now it can power your life. Cooperative Solar brings you hassle-free solar power from your local Kentucky Touchstone Energy Cooperative. Renewable, affordable, easy. Licking Valley RECC's Cooperative Solar. Join the community. CooperativeSolar.com.
A traffic safety checkpoint last night on the Mountain Parkway netted several arrests, DUI, and other charges. However, in one particular car was 2 young men, both telling officers, and as we have confirmed, U-Pike football players, which may appear to be in jeopardy of losing what they said were full ride scholarships after drug-related arrests last night. Sayersville Police Officer Mike Nichols and Kentucky State Police Trooper Zach Haney were conducting a traffic safety checkpoint near the Gifford exit on the Mountain Parkway last night. And while placing one driver under arrest for DUI, another vehicle pulled up to the checkpoint, to which rose their suspicion. The driver exhibiting bloodshot eyes, as was the passenger. And after Trooper Haney went around to the passenger side of the car to question the passenger, he noticed there were particles of marijuana all over his pants, which immediately, of course, drew the question, is there any marijuana in the car? They denied it at first. However, upon getting consent to search by the driver under a spare tire in the back, they found a backpack inside a bag, a plastic bag, with what was estimated to be over a half pound of marijuana. Also another bag that had a considerable amount of it that you can see to the left of your screen. There were 2 young men inside. One, a Joseph Wilder to the right of your screen, a 19-year-old from Covington, charged with driving under the influence, possession of marijuana, no seatbelts, no registration receipt, no insurance card, and no valid insurance, and possession of drug paraphernalia, while his passenger, 18-year-old Lashard Ross, was charged with possession of marijuana, possession of drug paraphernalia, and public intoxication. Both told authorities that they were Holy Cross graduates and had full rides to the University of Pikeville, where they played football. We did find Joseph Joy Wilder somewhere in the U-Pike football system on the internet. But both believed to be football players. Both bonded out just a few hours after being incarcerated, but given court dates to return back to Magoffin County to answer these charges. Going on to your McGoffin Farm Bureau community calendar, a couple of quick reminders for you that this Saturday is going to be a beautiful day for their chili dinner for $8 and a free trail ride thereafter at the Pigeon Enterprise Baptist Church. Bring your family, friends, your SUV, side-by-side, well, SUV, your Jeep, whatever you're going to drive for before. They've got a trail that you can make it to, and they're going to have a wonderful scenic afternoon at the church. If you have any questions, call 297-8008, and they're going to leave the church around 2 o'clock. I think the chili dinner starts at noon. Job Clubs in McGoffin County starts next Tuesday at the Community Action Program on Church Street across from the Justice Center, 349-2217. The absolute best way to get all the resources you need, training and likewise to find that job that you're searching for. And our veterans, you have a flu clinic coming up next Thursday at the Lloyd M. Hall Community Center. If you have any questions, call 886-2054. And one last reminder for you tonight that tomorrow night and Saturday night you can have a real good fright at the Haunted Trail Hayride on Route 7, just right past Harper's Garage. You can get your ticket 8 to 12 Friday and Saturday night. Take a hayride up to the Haunted Trail there on Bailey Branch. Woods of Fear, Friday and Saturday night. Don't be afraid to send your announcements in to us, birthdays, anniversaries, or like what you just saw. Doesn't cost anything, nothing to be afraid of there. You just have to tell me so I can tell everyone else about them. And that's drop it off here at the newsroom on East Maple Street. Of course, you can always drop it in the mail, email, Facebook, phone, drop, fax, whatever. Just get it to me. We'll tell everybody about it. Turning to funeral service announcements, service provided by the McGoffin County Funeral Home. Services have been set for Jim Meek, James Meek III, Paintsville City Councilman, 62 years of age, who passed away day before yesterday. He was born to the late James Biz Meek II and Reva May Meek. He's survived by his wife, Cheryl Rice Meek, and a daughter, Brandy Tackett, and her husband, Brent of Sagersville, a sister, Adele Victoria Meek of Paintsville, and 2 grandchildren, Lane and Luke Tackett of Sagersville. Funeral services are going to be held in Jim Meek's honor this Saturday at 1 at the Little Mud Lick Church of God in Staffordsville. Friends can call on the Jones Preston Funeral Home from noon to 8 on Friday, and on Saturday at the Mud Lick Church of God from 11 until services start at 1. And in lieu of flowers, memorial donations are suggested to the Little Mud Lick Church of God by contacting the Jones and Preston Funeral Home.
Home energy use is on the rise. Every year, new devices, more devices. We are using more energy. Simple Saver helps you trim peak energy usage and pays you for being energy smart. You can receive up to $50 in annual bill credits. Over the years, the savings really add up with Kentucky's Touchstone Energy Cooperative's Simple Saver. Licking Valley RECC, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
Like our 100% safe and secure mobile banking app at Sagersville National, we're always working to make your life a little easier. And our mobile deposit feature gives you more freedom and more time to do what you love the most. Just open the app, confirm the amount, and click. You're done. A safe, no-hassle way to manage your money from anywhere in the... Well, you get the drift. Now get the app at Sagersville National Bank. 349-3131. They're rolling out big, beautiful truck bodies every day, the best America makes in steel and aluminum, with their largest ever local stock of angle, sheet, round, I-beam, expanded, steel, and aluminum in several different finishes for whatever you're working on. And if the dump body you're driving needs parts, they've got them in stock. And if you need a big project fabricated from scratch, they've got you covered at Logan in Salyersville since 1904. Licking Valley RECC has got us covered with a beautiful fall forecast, and it's, we're still a month off forecast-wise because it's more like the end of October instead of the end of September on your screen, but we'll take it and we won't complain, will we? 49 degrees under partly cloudy skies tonight. Look for some fog here and there throughout your forecast, but other than that, it's going to be nice. Partly cloudy skies tonight that will clear, maybe even a little cloudy by early tomorrow morning, kind of like today, kind of a slow start, but then clearing skies. 72 for your Friday, 46 for your nighttime low, mostly clear skies. Remember, homecoming here tomorrow night for the Hornets. It's going to be a great night for hometown high school football. Saturday, the effects of another cold front that rolls through tomorrow can be felt. 69-44. Once again, a few clouds in the morning, clearing, though, to some sunshine, and right around 69, 70 degrees. with Sunday warming up just a bit more, and that trend will roll right on. Some fog rolling back in the mornings and late nights, but 73, 45 on your Sunday, sunny, mostly clear. Ditto, with only differences being temperatures inching upwards. 76 Monday, 78 on your Tuesday. Still no rain. That's going to do it for tonight. Thank you for watching. We have physical court coverage, and I have a lot of other stories that we have been putting together all week long that are still in the works. We'll see how many of those I get ready for air tomorrow night and how much other news that you'll only see if you see us back here then. Enjoy the rest of your Thursday. Good night, and thanks for watching.